Drag and drive events are where it's at. I'm REVan Evan, and we're down at Sick Week 2023. It doesn't really matter if it's the Rocky Mountain deal, Hot Rod Drag Week, or here in Sick Week. If you come out to one of these events, you're gonna see a variety of cool cars with no rules, essentially. You gotta have the safety stuff, but it doesn't matter. You have turbos sticking through the hood, superchargers, big inch naturally aspirated engines, and tons of nitrous. We checked out the first day at Orlando Speed World yesterday. Today we're at Bradenton. This is the Sick Ward behind me, so you can kind of just tag along and be part of the party. But it's all about the cars on track and driving them on the street. It's 5 days of racing, 4 different tracks. The competitors have to drive the car from each track to each track, make a minimum of 1 pass, turn in their time slip. It's such a cool concept. So we're gonna bring you along for a day of drag and drive. We're gonna show you what it's all about. We'll do some interviews. We'll get up and close with some of the cars. We'll take a look at some of the engines, and it's gonna be a really fun day. All right, so the first car we're going to take a look at is Bob Bartram's '69 Mercury Cougar. Unbelievable. It's packing a punch. You're from Maryland, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us why you love drag and drive.
I love to just get bucket list items out of the way for my life. We've met some of the best people doing these things. The competition is great. The camaraderie between the racers is fantastic. I've met some lifelong friends between drag week and this is our first Sick Week.
Oh, that's awesome. Now your Cougar, we immediately were drawn to what's under the hood. It's not something you see every day in a Mercury Cougar. It's a Boss 429, but a big inch version. Tell us about that engine.
It's a Boss 547. We run a hydraulic roller camshaft. We haven't had the valve covers off it in 6 years. No valve maintenance. Car runs 8-second quarter miles, and we drive it on the street. We've had the build, we built it to do drag weeks, to do Sick Weeks. Least amount of maintenance, the best.
So what transmission, what rear gear you run? You got some big tires on this thing.
Yes, transmission, we run a C6 with a gear vendor's overdrive. It's reverse manual valve body. We run a tighter converter because we have to tow this trailer. And for a rear, we're running a 9-inch with a 370 gear and a 33-inch tire. That in mind, we're leaving some ET on the table, but we also have to get down the highway without spinning the motor too high.
All right, what do you run for fuel?
I run 93 octane on the street. When we're on the track and we're spraying, we run C12 and an NO2 for the secondary fuel enrichment on the nitrous.
No doubt about it, but the car is stunning. I love the vinyl roof. I love that you kind of kept the stock seats, but cut the slits in there for the harness and everything. Just a beautiful car, and good luck on track today and the rest of the week. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we got Don and Jody Koyman. This is Don right here. His wife drives the car. Beautiful looking 65 Ford Falcon with the Godzilla under the hood. We're loving the Godzilla swaps. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek under the hood.
Sure,
Tell
absolutely.
us about this car, man. This is too cool.
So we went out 2 years ago to Drag Week to see her brother.
Right.
And that's where she got hooked, and she's like, I want to do this. So we went back. We bought this car in November of 21.
Right.
And we had it ready for Sick Week of 22. To come down, it had the Coyote in it then. And then we were talking about she wanted to go faster, so we were going to put a blower on it. And then we hooked up with Mike Des, and he's like, nope, no blower. Put a Godzilla in it, keep it naturally aspirated, keep the heat out of the motor from the blower.
Cubic inches.
So that's where we are now with this beast of a motor.
So with the Coyote, what's the quickest it ran?
11:27.
And what's the quickest you've been so far on Sick Week?
So 10:65.
Wow, big difference.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So this is not conventional drag racing. This is come to a track, make a run, load up all your gear. What do you love about Sick Week and about the drag and drive events in general?
I don't love them at all. I'm an ultra street racer. She likes the drag and drives.
Right.
So, I mean, they're fun. I get to sit back, relax, and enjoy some time. But just, I like the 8th mile stuff myself.
Okay.
It's just a 7.3 Godzilla. It's a takeout of one of those REVan trucks from Canada.
Okay.
Mike got it for us. He got us the Cali's cam for it, BTR intake. My brother-in-law actually built this whole car. He hand-ported the heads. It's got a small 1 7/8 custom exhaust on it for the headers.
Right.
But other than that, it's completely bone stock.
Just a nice mid 10-second car that you can drive anywhere.
Anywhere.
Man, that is too cool. What's the car weigh?
3,100 with her in it.
And what's the drivetrain consist of?
It's the Turbo 400, Foxbody length, 8.8 rear end, carbon drive shaft.
So overdrive, you got a gear vendor in it? Or
nope, just a 400. It's got a 248 first gear and a 350 in the rear end.
Okay, nice. And then so do you put a real tall tire on it for street driving?
It's a 27.5 inch tall tire.
Okay, man, that is too cool. Let's bring your wife in.
Absolutely.
She's over there talking. All right, Jody's got a big smile on her face. You having fun here at Sick Week?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so your husband said that he doesn't like the drag and drives, right? He's more of an 8th mile, hang out at the track all weekend guy. What do you love about this stuff?
I love traveling. I love seeing the country and traveling. We travel with my brother, my sister-in-law.
Okay.
My son's on the other side of the track for
Nice.
Sick Board with his wagon.
Right.
So we're just traveling, checking things out.
Now you guys are from Cape Cod. It has been freezing up there.
Freezing. So I rev it. Well, apparently, I did my first wheelie.
Oh, nice.
And I let off as the car went up. I didn't know. I didn't feel it. So
What are you shifted at?
we're shifting about 68, I believe
Okay.
they have it set at.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep, I know that BTR intake likes to rev up
Yep.
and give you a good ride going down the track, huh?
Absolutely. Straight as an arrow.
Running solid in the 10s.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a fun time. We're going
Thank
to keep
you.
cruising around.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just cruising the pits, man. Foxbody, you can see guys have the setups to bring chairs, extra spare tires and things like that. Look at this truck. Coyote Swap is the name of the game here. Got the cool Dr. Pepper logo on the side, just nicely laid in there. Looks like a Gen 3 Coyote. Stuffed in there. Got the patina on the side. That's kind of the thing these days. Just go with it. So much cool stuff in the lanes. We're back up here checking out the racing action. We cruised the pits. Sorry about that. Little New Age Cobra looking good here. 68 Torino GT. Let's check it out. I love the white painted wheels, the steely wheels. It's got the 68 stripes. My man Adam right here. Hey, let's interview you real quick. Just hold that by your mouth. We're good. Tell us about your car, man.
1968 Torino GT with a 460 Big Block. It's quite old, and I've got a new motor for it. Didn't have time to build swap motors.
Right.
I was actually building a whole nother truck for this event, but between parts delays and not getting it done, I decided to pull this out of the garage, knock the dust off of it, and see if it would last through the week. And so far it's holding up. We haven't had any issues. Literally the only thing I had to do to get ready for this event was add a horn to it.
How'd you run yesterday?
Ran a 12.2 yesterday,
Nice.
hooked up really well, and that's about it.
That's cool, man. Love the car. Our Cyclone is kind of similar, 68 model. We have the same color interior in ours.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Are you going to get it out here?
Yeah, next year we're looking to at least have it on the Ward, but hopefully on the drag and drive part. What do you love about drag and drive?
I like the fact that you can actually use your car. It's not a professional car that sits in a trailer. You can use it every day if you want to. You can go to dinner with it. You can go on a cars and coffee event. You can do these awesome events, which, you know, there's really more you know, camaraderie in a drag and drive than there is in drag racing. Anybody that says otherwise just hasn't done one of these events before. You know, the help amongst racers in this and the outpouring of support is just incredible. It really is.
Yeah, well, we're having a blast. You keep it going, man. 1220s from this thing with a basic old school 460.
That's it.
That's awesome, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
1571 at 85 miles an hour.
What's your name, man?
My name's Zachary Bloom.
Hi, Zach Bloom.
Yep.
Procharger?
Original Procharger P600B. When I call them and ask for parts, they say they don't even know what it is.
I saw there was an old school Procharger in the old location when we originally put these on back in the day. You run an AOD?
No, C4 actually.
C4, okay. You threw me with the factory shifter, so you don't have to do the AOD shuffle.
No shuffling, but 3,500 RPM on the highway is it's
yeah,
rough.
it's screaming because you only got the 3-speed. So
Yeah.
tell us about the car. Hop out real quick, man.
Yeah,
Show us
yeah.
under the hood.
So, bought it from my best friend's dad a few years ago. It had 62,000 original miles on it.
Right.
Original paint and body, except for the
Is it
front.
a 92?
92.
92.
Yep. So got the Edelbrock intake on it before they went to the Performer 2. 1.6 crane roller rockers, so I'm connected with a lot of people that used to work at Crane. It's actually not tuned, so that's probably the biggest thing with the car, is
Right.
it's just on a programmed MAF sensor.
And you got the old school boost management.
Old school FMU 30-pound injectors. So there's still a ton left in the car and a lot of improvements, but I mean, I'm 22 and we're out here on a budget rolling with some people that have some high dollar cars. So
You know what? You're out here racing, and I've been doing 5.0 Mustang stuff a long time. You can probably talk to some of these guys. And so I was immediately attracted. You got the 6AL BTM.
Oh, yeah. All the old school stuff.
That's totally old school right there.
I mean, when's the last time you saw motorsport wires on a car?
I have a set of those at home, actually, in the box still.
Those were new old stock about a year ago. So
Yeah, I mean, this is straight out of like 95. As far as the mods and stuff, it's got the Pro M. It's got everything that you'd have back in the day. 30-pound injectors.
30-pound Ford injectors. Yep.
You got the red tops. How many miles on the motor? Is it still 302?
It's all original motor. The only thing that's not original on the car is the trans, but it's 71,000 miles as it sits today.
Right. So how have you been running?
It's been hot. I've been getting a lot of advice from a lot of the Foxbody experts here, so I'm definitely new to the game, a youngin', getting tons of advice on timing, fuel, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So running 1250s and hopefully trying to cut that down throughout the week, maybe even seeing 1190. It's quite ambitious, but I've got a different pulley to help fix that.
What rear gear is in it?
355.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Right now we're
410 would probably be the sweet spot for this combination, but you're not going to change it now.
No, that's for sure. But we've got a pulley that'll make another 3 to 4 pounds.
Oh, well,
so
there
that
you go.
might be the
There you go.
ticket.
What speed did you run?
We ran 109.
Okay. So that's a pretty good ET going mid-12s.
Yep.
It's a pretty good ET for 109.
Okay.
And we got a headwind today. Yesterday we had a tailwind. So hopefully we'll encounter some better weather. Maybe it'll be a little cooler in Valdosta tomorrow when you guys run tomorrow. This is our last day of the event. We did yesterday and today.
Okay.
But we're out having fun, and we appreciate you coming out.
Of course, I appreciate you guys covering it.
Check out this old Ford truck. Looks like it's a body on a frame, on a more modern frame. Oh, check it out. Lightning motor. This yours?
Yes, sir.
Sean.
Hey.
Just like on the shirt, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us about this creation.
Yeah, absolutely. The truck is a 1951 Ford F3, F1. You know, one's a half ton, one's a 1 ton.
Right.
So I got this when I was stationed in Colorado. You see the nice, beautiful rusty patina. It was abandoned in a horse field. I think the tag said something in the 70s. Last time it was on the road. Had the original flathead 6-cylinder in it, tractor engine. And at the time, you know, the popular thing was guys were taking the F1, F100s, doing the Crown Vic front end, talked to a buddy of mine. I wanted to do it. It looked cool.
Right.
And he's like, dude, just use the whole frame. So the frame underneath this 1951 truck is a 2005 Crown Vic.
Oh,
One of the nice things about having that is I can just go to the auto parts store, plug parts on it from a Crown Vic, and I'm good to go.
And the mod motor slides right in there.
Absolutely. And just like the truck was abandoned, that is a junkyard 220,000 mile plus motor.
No way.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
yeah, I like jokes. That's all I do. One-liners and jokes. So I'm like, let's see if you like 1776. I said, brother, you take that price, bald eagles will soar. Sure enough, he took it for $17.76. So that's how much I gave for it. I have comp cams in the heads. It's got Aeromotive fuel rails. It's a pretty sweet deal. I'm still running the stock Lightning blower. It's really good to make a lot of heat. That's about it. So,
Yeah, I ran one of those for years.
yeah. If you like baked potatoes or smoking salmon, that's the unit you need right there.
So how quick have you gone?
Yesterday, when the light turned green, I should have just opened the door and started walking. Yesterday was a 12.9. The fastest I've been so far, recorded, is a 12.3. That 12.3 was my third pass ever in the truck, so
Right.
It's got a lot of potential. I just need to keep up my end of the bargain on it. It's stick shift truck, T56 in it, so pretty big first gear. The launch is pretty tough, but you know, once I can settle in, I did a 1.5 60 foot.
That's pretty good.
So it's moving a little bit. Once I can settle in, focus on my shift point, and then I'm hooking and booking. I don't have the hood on it right now, so I think for tomorrow I'm gonna try to get the hood back on it because I'm getting a lot of aero drag at the top of the truck, splitting hairs. But you know, the common theme with this truck is pick up your tenths everywhere. You collect enough tenths, that's a half a second. So
Yeah, exactly. What do you like about Drag and Drive? What made you come out and do this event?
So this, you know, I always seen it on the TV, and I don't want to sound too corny, but being prior service, you know, you're always, it's preparedness. That's the number one thing, you know.
Sure.
What is it? Nuncum non paratus, which is a Latin proverb, never unprepared. I think the Marines use it, but I was Air Force. At any rate, you know, you see a lot of guys that drop out the first day, and you know, honestly, it's the guys pushing the envelope, the Alpha and Bravo class here. But me, I'm in the D class. I can't
Delta.
fit a. Yes, sir. I can't fit a cage in this, but yeah, you know, the one thing I want is to be ruthlessly consistent. And you know what? If someone needs a hand, then hey, I'll lend them a hand in my old Taj Mahal of trash parts, I call it. So.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
What branch were you? You said you were in the Air Force. Were you at MacDill?
Air Force. No, sir. I was stationed at Peterson. I was one of the cyber weenies out there.
Okay.
So cybersecurity. Shout out to you know, everyone keeping us in business.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming out, and we absolutely appreciate your service to this country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
good luck the rest of the week.
Yeah, if I can, and I'll need it too. I expect today to go quicker. If I'm not at least 12.5, then I just need to hang my hat up. But if I can leave you with one parting line, you can't spell trust without rust in it.
We'll keep plugging away, man. We'll catch up with you.
Absolutely.
Turn in.
Freaking gasser. Look at that. Straight front axle is how they used to do it back in the day. Take the front suspension out for lightweight. Just put a straight front axle in there with leaf springs. Old school, man. Small block. Fender well headers. Tunnel ram intake. Got the front end all jacked up, man. Just a cool little gasser. V-gas he's got on there. If it would have run back in the day, V-gas. Just neat. You build whatever. We checked that car out before. Full cage. It's like a mid-70s GM Malibu four-door, right?
1008 and 129. Yeah.
Just a couple of good old boys, never meaning no harm.
And ladies and gentlemen, for the third time today,
There you go.
Dennis McFarlane and Clark Rosenstengel will line up.
Really neat stuff, man. Carmen Gia up there. Let's go check it out. Take a peek, and you got the Social Security machine over there. Admittedly, I don't know much about these. Abe probably knows more. That's where we need Vinny Kung. He knows all about these Volkswagens. But this thing did hike the wheels up yesterday. It's got that boxer flat 4 style engine in the back, air cooled. Just neat cars.
Bright orange. Fox Notch Mustang on the left-hand side.
So much awesomeness. And you just, one of the things about these types of drag and drive events, I mean, at NMRA, you know everything's Ford powered. Oh, Derek's screaming about something wild on track. Let's see what comes by. Beautiful Foxbody out there kicking butt. You never know until you pop the hood what's under there. Could be an LS, could be a Coyote, could be a Ford engine. These guys are hustling to get up to the line. Throwing that torque on there. It's got the front mount exhaust, Cobra brakes. He's good now. What do you got under the hood?
Twin turbo Coyote.
Oh, let's check it out. Let's take a peek. Let's peek that out.
It ain't pretty, but it does work.
Hey, we'll mic you up real quick. What's your name?
Brian Slow.
Brian Slow. I'm guessing your car is not slow.
It's not fast.
What's your run so far?
In my old car, it went 920. The best we've been so far is 940 in this one.
See, to me, that's quick.
Yeah, we're just testing right now. We just got together a couple weeks ago.
Tell me about the setup. What turbos you running?
They're Ching Chong Bing Bong 60 millimeters.
Right.
It's from an On3 kit from a car that I had 3 years ago.
Okay.
The whole drivetrain is out of a 2014 Mustang GT. It still has a 6R80 overdrive in it.
Nice. My favorite Coyote intake. That's the coolest looking intake, and they work pretty good too.
Yep, and they're cheap. 200
Where
bucks.
you from?
Miami, Florida.
Nice. Came across the state. Got the LTD.
Yeah,
Cruising it out.
Yeah, had a few issues on the way here last night, but
What happened?
let's see. We had a blowout. That's why we got new tires.
Right.
Then we met a guy at the gas station. There's a guy in a Mustang at the gas station filling up with gas, and I told my buddy, I was like, "Hey, go over there and offer that guy 50 bucks for a spare wheel."
Okay.
So the guy pulled out a full-size Mustang wheel out of the trunk of his car, and he was like, "Man, I've been following Sick Week. Y'all can just have it and give it back to me when you get back home."
That's cool.
I was like, "Sweet." So we put that on, and then this side started rubbing, almost blew out. So we put another spare tire on that side. And then when we stopped, probably around 10 o'clock last night, brake line broke through, broke the brake line. So I put vice grips on it, drove the rest of the way with just front brakes. And suspension was all rubbing in the back because the tires were lower. So this morning we went to Walmart, bought some footballs, threw some footballs in the rear springs.
Perfect. Good idea.
Pumped the footballs up, went to the parts store, got some brake line stuff, and now we're here.
Now you're ready to make a run.
We'll see.
I love your use of the koozies so you don't cut yourself on the cutout radiator support.
That's exactly what that's for, yeah. But,
yep, and you got the controls pack computer.
Yep, yeah, it's all on a factory mass there. It's all factory stuff.
Awesome, man. Yep. Well, we'll let you get up there.
All right.
Go up there. Drag and drive is not easy, fellas and ladies. It takes a lot. It doesn't always work out, but these guys are making it happen. We'll go find some more stuff.